Hey, Flimsy Lunch Tray here, and welcome to World of Warships and our Friday edition video, where we're going to be talking about the premium Tier 6 U.S. battleship, the West Virginia 1941. So as traditional, if I'm featuring this ship on a Friday, I will be doing an upgrade and commander build of this ship tomorrow in Saturday's video. So be looking for that to come. Funny enough, I looked at what commander I was using, and I'm actually using my Massachusetts commander on West Virginia, where I have a secondary build in this battle. I don't recommend secondary build on the West Virginia. You want to go more for like a tank build, but we'll cover that tomorrow. We'll utilize correct commander for the ship. Basically, we're in this ranked match in the Bronze League on the map Straight in domination mode. And I basically was just trying to get my festive token for the World of Warships 6th anniversary. And this ends up being a pretty insane battle, what happens. Because I was really unsure. I'm like, do you take a West Virginia into ranked? Like, is that a thing? Is it not? And so we're going to talk about that. First, I want to highlight the ship with what's on the World of Warships wiki. So this is one of the Colorado class battleships. She was developed with low speed, was equipped with 406mm main battery guns, and armored according to the all-or-nothing scheme with the maximum possible protection of the vital parts of the ship. So that was a very typical scheme, the all-or-nothing scheme that the U.S. did in building certain ships during that era, where they put a lot of armor on them, but when they put a lot of armor on, basically they sacrificed the speed of the ship, and West Virginia is very much a slow ship. So let's talk about the pros and cons, and then I'll talk a little bit more about what's happening here in the battle. So the pros listed for this ship is that it has a well-armored citadel positioned low in the ship, making citadel penetrations uncommon. Durable against AP shells of 356mm and lower caliber when properly angled. 8 4.6mm guns, the same penetration and damage as Colorado. Colorado is the Tier 7 Tech Tree U.S. American battleship. So you're basically getting that, but at Tier 6. Good turn radius and quick rudder shift for a battleship, which is actually nice. And you're going to see that utilized in this battle. Cons, it's mostly covered with 25mm thick plating, which is vulnerable to HE penetration, and 380mm or larger battleship guns. So I can tell you, if you were playing this in a randoms battle, your tier 6 and you get your bottom tier versus tier 8 battleships, you just regret life because you're just such an easy target for cruisers and battleships on the enemy team. Short main battery range makes artillery plotting remodification 1 almost mandatory. Slow top speed, a common weakness for American low and mid-tier battleships. Weak AA defenses and poor concealment. So with all that out of the way, let's get into the battle and what's happening here. So we've taken both B and C cap. Basically, I'm moving, since I spawned on the far right of all three battleships, that usually means I try to position myself more to the right side, per se. So I am showing a bit of broadside of the battleships in A decide to engage. So I'm just being mindful of my angle. Trying to get around my battleship ally here. But we had that enemy Vostras who we tried to pop shots off on. We always want to try to take shots when we can. I did slow down my speed because I was expecting torpedoes since we saw him. We have our submarine player is playing rather aggressive with his position, but he's able to do so because he's got good concealment. Now, we did just get pinged, so that means there is a submarine. And so I'm trying to figure out, okay, I'm getting pinged in this direction. And we're going to wait a little bit longer, and I'm actually going to go ahead and DCP, damage control the ping. So I do it on the third ping, and then I accelerate forward, or was kind of in the midst of accelerating. So with my damage control party going up for a bit, I'm already expecting those torpedoes in the water coming towards me. There's 4 of them. So because our damage control party is still going, he's not able to reacquire lock-on, which means we avoid those torpedoes. And I can see he's in B cap. I can't see him, but that's why I have to step on the throttle here. and dive in behind this island, which unfortunately means I am going to show more side than what I would like to. We get pretty lucky in not taking much damage on that salvo. There's more torpedoes from the Vastaras, so that was why it was important to get out of that position and get this island between me and several of the enemy ships. So whenever we see this enemy Vastaras, I'm going to kind of highlight him. He's going to go behind the island before I'm actually able to pop a shot off. But we do have, they have 2 Arizonas in New Mexico. We might get a good hit on the Arizona here. That's when I noticed the Aoba. He's been kind of open gunboating, and so I want to take out that threat and not ignoring him. We have this other Arizona that's coming down the channel. And first blood, Citadel. So it only took 1 hit to finish him. So we have this Arizona here. He's been alive much longer than what I'm comfortable with. You can see our Vastaras is kind of just like booked up through the channel, so I'm not sure what happened there. But this Arizona, I'm turning this way, and I don't want him to get a shot on my broadside because Arizona guns do hurt. And you can see our secondary's already going. I'm trying to figure out where his guns are pointing, and I want to get the shot off before he can get the shot off on me because he looks like he's looking in my direction. Maybe he was looking at the cruiser behind me, but we eliminate him. And that's one of the important things. When you're able to kill and take out, especially a battleship, to prevent them from getting the next heal off, it's really important and nice too. Now I do go ahead and pop my ASW planes, anti-submarine warfare. I know that submarine's probably still in the cap somewhere, so sometimes I'm get in the habit of just dropping blind, just to see if we can't get some blind depth charge hits. So we have this Arizona player at a distance. Our Vastaras has gone down to the enemy Vastaras. Not completely surprising given the health difference there, and the enemy CV was focusing in on him. And basically I'm wanting to get back into the fight. But with that submarine still there, he's kind of a pain. So we've got 10 seconds before this comes up. And with the Leander, ours pushing in, means that he's susceptible to be getting detected. And our worst spike goes down to the submarine torpedoes. So that's why I didn't really want to push back in until that submarine threat is dealt with. Because it's just going to make my life a pain. If I'm going to be flooding, I'm going to be moving even more slowly, so on and so forth. And you can see our other submarine is still in the cap. But he's not always detecting the other enemy submarine. So this New Mexico is low on health. It'd be nice to get rid of him before he can get a heal off. Because I'd like to have one less battleship having the potential of shooting me when I am in the cap. He does take some more hits. I'm hoping maybe we get a blind hit on him now that he's gone dark. We do get an overpin. Yeah, and these are going to miss. So I'm kind of playing at a distance just right now because I'm trying to feel out what's happening in the center cap. And again, I'm dealing with the submarine. So this is really annoying because it's hard. The closer I am to the submarine, the more difficult it's going to make me to actually be able to fight the longer that submarine player is alive. So we get 3 pings. I'm pretty far off in the back, which also means it's more easier for me to use my damage control party. Don't have to worry about being HE spammed by a target and stuff. So we go ahead and damage control party. I turn in, and there's the torpedoes. So it's part of waiting to when to use the damage control party is knowing, like, trying to have an idea of how far away the submarine is. And I knew he was probably towards the edge of the cap. So I felt like on the 3rd ping, like I could go ahead and utilize the damage control party. So we get several penetration hits and 2 depth charges is all it takes. We actually also set him on fire. He gets a ping off right as he died, but I know there's no more torpedoes from him coming this way. Now the Vastaras is briefly spotted, and then I actually see on my mini-map here that he's detected. It is debatable that I could have actually switched fire to him, but I'm really wanting to get this New Mexico killed before he can get any more further heals off. because that's just going to make it much more harder to get rid of him. And he was showing a nice broadside target. Now the destroyer popped up, so now I have 2 fires burning. I pop a heal. So when I use that DCP to avoid the 4 torpedoes, ultimately means I'm going to take some HE damage from him since he did pop out as we were unsure where he was. So our ally submarine player is in a really bad place. He is definitely overextended. It would have been better for him to stick maybe more between B and C. So I'm not going to actually be able to support him from here. Our New Mexico player is getting around the island. I'm only going to get so many shots off. I know it's really important if I can try to take him out here. Maybe our CV player can get in here and help.
Attention, reporting the target position.
I'm guessing the torpedoes came from our friendly CV, the Sirov.
Proceed to capture that area.
So you can kind of see that weak A defense isn't doing a whole lot against the enemy CV per se. But, ooh, he's almost down. I don't think I led enough on those shots, and he's going to go dark here. Yeah, we're not going to get him. So with the points difference, you can see we're behind, especially after losing our ally submarine. So me and the New Mexico need to step on the B. We need to, 1, stop their points flow and get this game turned back around. We still have just over 8 minutes. So that's also the nice thing. I'm trying to put some pressure on the last Arizona, just trying to get him pushed away. Strauss pops up again. We really need to get rid of him. Guns are loading. Don't really have a shot on him because he's like behind that island. Our New Mexico is like, yep, I can shoot at him and kills him. So fantastic. I mean, it was really the only target he had to shoot at, but it's just really great to see the coordination there. So this New Mexico player is going to play a really good game, and you'll see that in the team score. And our CV player was really helpful as well. So I'm going to try to keep my fingers off the rudder shift now to pick up as much speed as possible to get to B cap. If he doesn't get any resets on our friendly New Mexico, then it's likely that he'll probably get the cap before I can get in. You can see we're just over 21 knots right now. Trying to get closer to help with the AA. So the goal at this point is just keep pushing through B to A. Me and the New Mexico have the health pool advantage compared to the enemy battleship. This New Mexico player was helpful. He did chip away a lot of the damage, even though he's not going to get many of the kills at all this battle. In fact, he's only going to get 1. But he did really contribute a lot in a really helpful way. So, yeah. Those all land short. Get the rear turrets off. Not enough. We get 2 overpins and 1 penetration. Enemy carrier is back with more planes. So this Arizona player is now really on low health. So I'm hoping maybe I can get some shots over the island there. Ricochet and torpedo belt protection. So now we'll get the rear turrets into action here in a moment. I'm not worried about trying to shoot at the enemy CV player right now. I think our New Mexico might even take a shot off on him. So I'm more focused on eliminating the last battleship player here. Because then it'll just be us and the CV, and the CV player is not going to be able to do very much. So I pop Spider Plane to get a better visual over the island. Pretty sure I'm going to kill him here. And there's the Kraken Unleashed. So definitely was not expecting a Kraken Unleashed when I logged into the matchmaking or just played ranked when I chose West Virginia taking the battles. So this was definitely a surprise. So me and the New Mexico basically just shown broadside off to the enemy Furious because we want to, oh sorry, did I say Furious? I mean Ranger. Because we want to take him out and we get a Citadel hit. there, and actually right at the end there, we got both the high caliber and Confederate. So I haven't played ranked a lot, but it's been good for the most part when I am hopping in. So it's going to be over 455,000 credits, 6,901 experience, 433 free XP, along with Confederate, Kraken Unleashed, First Blood, and High Caliber. Almost 80,000 damage, 40 target hits, 15 plane shutdowns, 6 destroyed, 1 set on fire, I think that was from our secondaries, and 2 citadels with a few secondary hits. So that's why I don't recommend a secondary build on West Virginia. Just not meant for it. So we're going to top the team with 2,040 base XP with the 6 kills. And you see our New Mexico, he came in just over 1,900 with the 1 kill with planes. So he really contributed a lot in helping bring down the HP of those enemy ships. Here you can see a breakdown of how much damage. So over 21,000 damage each on the Arizona and the New Mexico. 11,000 on that Ranger. And then the Cachalot, we took him for full health, 8,831 on the Oba, and then a little bit of damage on the Arizona. And I think we did like 2,000 damage to the fast draws overall. And this is what it looks like with credits and XP and having premium accounts. So you can see the difference there. So yeah, all in all, a really good battle. Really enjoyed it. And it shows off, I mean, one of the things I liked about this match and being able to show this video to you guys is just kind of showing you how I interact with enemy submarines. Basically I kind of had a rough idea of where he may be distance-wise, and it felt like after the 3rd ping was the right time to go ahead and hit the DCP, damage control party, and then immediately change course to avoid not just 1 set, but 2 sets of torpedoes from him. So I think it was like we effectively avoided taking 8 torpedoes from him, all said and done, with timing, with using our damage control party wisely. So, yeah, so really good ranked match, and just illustrates the importance of getting kills, because if you don't get kills and the enemy is still alive and kicking, that can really throw a game in the opposite direction. So, I hope you like this battle. We will be having, like I said, an upgrade commander build for the West Virginia in tomorrow's video, Saturday's video. So make sure to catch that. So if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you are subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. So until next time, take care.